court, and Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka making their way on for this ladies' quarter-final. And how different the two are. There's Serena, she's just listening, well, they're both listening to the music, getting themselves in the zone, just getting themselves in shape. They know how difficult this match is going to be. They've had a great rivalry, although the head-to-head is very much in Serena's advantage. They've had some very close matches over the years. So Serena here in the quarter-finals, and it all means for the number one, can she stay on course for another Serena Slam, and also possibly a Grand Slam?
Another big winner from Serena. Oh, that's the mark of a champion.
Anyone get anywhere near Serena in this form?
Just too strong. Simply too strong. Absolutely great.
And the Serena Slam is still on.
Well, Serena, how well do you think you're playing going into the quarterfinals of Wimbledon?
I'm just doing the best I can right now to be in the quarterfinals, and I don't know how well I'm playing, but I feel like I can play better, and I feel like I'm going to have to play better if I want to continue to win here in Wimbledon.
Is that what do you think has made you the champion that you are
so.
over the years, a desire to always improve?
I think so. I'm insatiable. I'm always insatiable when it comes to my tennis, which has been a good thing, I think, for my career, but also it's a little stressful for a lot of people that work with me. They're like, oh, Serena never stops, or she has to get it right, or, you know, but hey, it works.
Game, set, match. Serena retains her title and reaffirms her position as the world's #1.
How much does your experience count, do you think, going into the second week of a Slam, and particularly now this last 8 stage, of all the surprises gone?
Yeah, you know, I just think now is really a serious time for me, and in general I feel like I feel really good just about being here in the last 8. I haven't been in the last 8 in a few years, since 2012, and I'm just excited to have this opportunity again.
Just a final question. It's 12 years, you know, since you held all 4 at the same time. 12 years.
Oh, I don't answer questions about holding all 4.
No, but that was such a special moment when you won in Melbourne that year.
I'm not talking. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
But how special was that feeling? That's all I want to know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it was good, but that was in 2003, and that was 12 years ago, and it hasn't happened again since. So, you know, who's to say it'll ever happen again? I have that memory that I will forever cherish, and don't ask me about it.
Remember, it is one match at a time, and I tell you, she doesn't want to think ahead of possibly winning this title, because she's got an incredibly tough opponent on the other side today. Great tennis in the last quarter-final, Tracy. It could get even better here.
Absolutely. And for Serena, she doesn't want to have a letdown. Remember, she had such a tough match against Heather Watson. Boy, was that emotional. And then she has to play her sister, and got through that pretty handily, but still that had to be emotional as well. And now Victoria Azarenka, who, if anybody in the last couple of years, we were starting to think, is there a possible rivalry brewing? It was going to be with Victoria Azarenka, because Vika beat her twice in 2013, both on hard courts. This court is pretty much playing like a hard court now. It's so hard. And Victoria Azarenka has come through the quarterfinals. Nobody's talking about her. 2-time Grand Slam champion, but because she had so many injuries last year, particularly with the foot, a lot of focus on Serena. No, don't mention, the Grand Slam. So a lot of pressure for her, and a very difficult draw, because they've played 3 times on grass. Serena has won all 3 times, twice at Wimbledon, 1 time at the Olympics. But she knows that when Vika gets hot, she picks her spots on her serve. She hits the ball so early on both the return and off the ground. Good court positioning as well, aggressive court positioning. Serena knows she needs to get a quick start.
And also, you've mentioned their head-to-head. I mean, Vika may only have won 3 times, but she's had match points. She's had a set and a break up against Serena. She's often been so much in control of the matches.
And a couple of those were just in the last couple of months. In Madrid, Vika had 3 match points in the 3rd set, serving at 6-5 and 40-love in that 3rd set. Eventually lost it 7-6 in the 3rd. And at the French just a couple of weeks ago was up a set in 4-2 as well. So as we know, it's one thing to get ahead of Serena Williams. It's another to get across the finish line. But for Vika knows it's been awfully close.
And also, isn't there what's happened in the camp? Hasn't Sasha moved from Serena to Vika?
That was very interesting. Yeah, Sasha Bayin was the hitting partner of Serena Williams for about about 8 years, and really almost like a brother. Serena really relied on him so much. And now Vika, after her coach announced, Sam Sumek, that he was going to be leaving her camp at the end of the Australian Open, really disruptive for Vika, very difficult for her, but she has added Sasha to her team. So it's still difficult to adjust to see Sasha in the Vika camp instead of the Serena camp.
Okay, Tracy, I better let you go because only 1 minute before this match gets underway. Thank you very much. Just to let you know what's happening in the other quarter-final over on court number 1. And it is 2 games to 1 to Radwanska. So Radwanska against Madison Keys. Wonderful contrast of styles in that quarter-final over on court number 1. And we'll see some beautiful shot making as well. That's over on BBC 2. But it's going to be raw power all the way here on centre court for Williams against Azarenka. So Tracy is on her way to join John Inverdale for this one.
Well, as we contemplate Serena Williams' 40th Grand Slam quarter-final, it's always interesting to consider where it all began, and that was 20 years ago in Quebec in Canada when she lost her very first ever professional match 6-1, 6-1 to a player called Annie Miller. 4 years later, Miller had retired, saying that she couldn't make ends meet. Serena had won her first Grand Slam title in New York, and here we are, 19 more Grand Slam titles later, getting ever closer perhaps to the finishing line in her career, which is overtaking Steffi Graf's tally of 22 major championships. And her opponent today, Victoria Azarenka, has yet to drop a set at Wimbledon, and she obviously has to contemplate how she's going to stop Serena winning the grandest of Grand Slams in a calendar year. Twice a winner in Australia, twice a semi-finalist here, but on both occasions she lost to the eventual winner, Petra Kvitova, 4 years ago, Serena Williams the year after that. And as I'm sure you may have heard already, she has never taken a set off Serena on grass, but there have been 1 or 2 very close calls. So it's a fascinating game. It's going to be loud as well. I think Sharapova was kind of the aperitif to the main course with Azarenka. So, Tracy Austin, what's your gut feeling about this?